Hello and welcome to another episode of FYC Women. Today I'm talking beauty and eyeliners. Now I want to give you what I call the catwalk eye. Or the cat look eye, should I say. So it's quite dramatic, but it's a really pretty look. It's something that I do wear to work, but it's more something that I do wear out at night. It's one of those, dramatic features. But I have got away with it at work and had many compliments. So there's a couple of tips and tricks that I want to show you because unfortunately with age, I know my eyelids are starting to sag a little bit. So I end up actually having a little bit of a crease line where the makeup's applied because it is so heavy. So it's hard to avoid it. So there are a couple of little tips and tricks. You've just got to be really careful on what you do, but I'll guide you through that and show you what it's all about. So I'll take off my glasses. I haven't got any makeup on or any eye makeup on. And I'll just run you through the general process. So I'm just obviously going to just tie my hair back and get it out of the way because I need to be able to see what I'm doing. And you need to be able to see obviously what I'm doing as well. And I know that my camera is really bad and eventually I will get a new camera. So just hang in there, guys. I'm hoping that my videos aren't that bad that you're going to turn away and just go, oh, the quality's crap. I don't want to see it again. But trust me, my quality will get better and I'll get better at this. It's all a little learning curve for me. It's something new that I haven't done before, these videos, but I'm so inspired by so many different people on the internet that I want to also do my own and hopefully you guys like it. So anyway, to start, so I'll try and get in nice and close. Now, you're not going to be able to see this as close as I like. I'm going to move you quickly so you can see as close as you possibly can. So as you can see, I've got no eye makeup on at all. Now, what I tend to do is, first of all, I just apply a little bit of concealer to the eye. Now, I'm still learning how to do this backwards. It's really quite difficult. I didn't realize how difficult it is to do it without, I suppose, having, my camera shows it back the front. I know some cameras flip it, which is great. Mine doesn't. So it's really a pain in the butt. But I'm just putting on the concealer. It's for two reasons. It's going to give it a little bit more long-lasting longevity, as well as it gives it a nice flat finish. But there is a second process because I do then apply either like a little bit of foundation. Oh, sorry, not foundation. Powder, or I've got an illuminating powder. So I kind of actually use a little bit of both on this, and I'm just going to do it with my fingers. Now I'm going to grab my mirror for this one because I really can't see what I'm doing very well. So, and it's more getting it into this crease here. This is where I find, because if you can see when I open my eyes, I have this big crease in here, and that's where everything tends to just well up into. So putting on the powder is going to hopefully set that and make it a little bit easier. Not make it have that horrible effect. And plus, putting obviously the bit of shimmer on your eyes is going to give it a nice touch and a nice look. Okay, so next eye. And all I'm doing is using, this is my favorite little compact at the moment. It's got an illuminator, illuminator, a powder, and a blusher. It's by Face of Australia. It's called Faceaholic. I'll talk to you about that in another episode because I'm really loving it. I got it on special though, so I mean, if it's not a bargain, you know, it is great, but I do love the blush itself. I would go out and buy the blush by itself without a problem. I don't usually use powder at all. I don't like having that powdery look on my face, but I do use illuminizers, so that's where for me it was a bit of a bargain. Anyway, I'll keep going. So we finished that off. Now get to the other eye. So as I said, this is just purely to try and stop the creasing from happening. Look, it still does happen. That's just a fact of life, at least with me, because as I said, I don't know if you can see, but my eyes have a lot of creases in them. I'm not as young as I used to be. I've got wrinkles, but all you young kids will find out about that as you grow up. Now, the waterproof the eyeliner that I'm using today is by Rimmel. You can't really see that there, but it's Rimmel waterproof gel eyeliner. Now, the reason why I bought this one, I've got a couple of different ones, and this isn't my favorite. I haven't found a favorite, but it works really well. So it does the job. The thing I love about these now is that they're inventing these little brushes inside the lid. So you've got your brush inside the little cap there, which clicks in and out. Whoops. And then, you know, and then you've got your gel inside. So I'm just going to get started. Obviously, we're going to take out the brush and we're going to use the gel. So that's what we're using. This is just a cap. Now, you do need to give these a bit of a wash every now and again. You do want them to stay a little bit firm, but you've got to be careful that they don't become really, really hard, because, I mean, you don't want them to be too soft and you don't want them to be too hard. So it's a bit of a medium balance. And look, I struggle with it. It's one of those hard things to really just make sure that it's got the right consistency. Now, I'm trying to use a mirror, which is not working. Okay. Now, the first thing that I do for the cat eye look is I figure out where I want it to start and work my way in. That way, you know where you're going to start. You know what you want it to look like. So in this case, I'm going to start from about there and work my way in. And I didn't put on enough gel in that case, as you can tell. That's a bit better. Maybe I put on a bit too much this time, but we'll soon see. So I want it to start from about there and working down in a stroke. Now, it is always best to go in this direction. So initially all we're doing is we're getting the shape that you want. And then filling it in. Now, my brush, it feels like it needs a wash, so I'm glad I mentioned that before, because you need to wash these brushes. They do become quite stiff, and when they become stiff, they no longer absorb the liquid anymore, or the gel, so you need to be mindful of that. So all I'm doing now is going back to the point where I started, just fixing it up and filling it in, okay? And just filling in every area that I want filled in. And that's how I want this one to look. Now, I wouldn't go a bottom layer on that at all. I think that's enough. I do find that putting a bottom layer on does make it look a little bit trashy, to be honest. I'm sorry if some people do that, but it just depends on your look. Everyone's different, you know. I can't get away with it. I look like I'm goth, and I'm certainly not. So, you know, if you have that kind of look and you want to go for that look, go for it. Be yourself. Be whoever you are, and that's what, you know, life is about. You know, you need to embrace yourself. Now, this is going to be tricky because I can't actually see the mirror anymore, but we'll give this a go. So again, just creating the line, creating the downward swoop. Oops, that was stuffed up a little bit. Filling in the gaps, now going right into that crease. And then just filling in. That is key. Absolute key here. Now, that didn't take long at all, but there is a little bit more. Now, I'm just going to touch up. Sorry. Now, my eyes always water when I do this, so I have to be a bit careful of my makeup. Just going to touch up a few areas. If you're not happy, touch up. There's nothing wrong with that. Okay. I'm kind of happy with that at the moment. They look quite even. So, the next part, which you might find a little bit weird, but this is coming with age, unfortunately. I have to do. So, grab your hair dryer and actually let it dry. It's a gel. So, at the moment, I'm not closing my eyes fully. I won't let them close fully until I've dried it. So, I'm just going to quickly turn on the hair dryer. I'm going to set it to the coolest setting possible. I've got a little button that says cool, so it blows out coldish air, and just do that for about 10 seconds, either eye, or just spray it around. You just want to set it in, but you know, the combination of the powder and this will set it. Now, there is one other step you can do, which is a little bit more dangerous. It's up to you. I'll show you what it is, but we'll get to that in a second. I'll do this part now. Okay, so now that's bit done. That bit is done, should I say. I'm just going to quickly just dab the eyes just to check that it has dried, which it has. So that's perfect. That's exactly what I wanted. Now, you can obviously go a bit heavier with this. I've done, this is really a light cat eye. I could go quite a bit thicker with this. I could in fact make the lines quite thick and a little bit more accentuated on the side there, but that's pretty much how I like wearing it, without being too over the top. I think it's a really nice look, and it just accentuates your eyes and your features. So with that, there's one more thing you can do if you really have problems. Now, you guys are going to freak out about this, but hairspray. Yeah, you've got to make sure you don't get it in your eyes though. You've got to keep it away from your eyes. So when you're doing this, cover your eyes totally. Rest your fingers on your eyelashes and far away, but you want to kind of concentrate on that one area. So, and the tiniest little bit. Let that set. You can even go back to the hair dryer for just 2 seconds, which I might do. Okay, that's done. Now, just like I can feel the hairspray, so I can feel it in my eyebrows, and I just need to wipe that off a little bit. So apart from that, it feels fine. That's just something that I suppose I've had to do because I get a lot of lines coming from doing this look, and I love it, but I can never pull it off because by 1 or 2 hours or even less, I end up having these horrible lines on right in the middle of the creases. I've got black lines everywhere. So if you use your powder or an illuminator or both, which I use both because I like having the I like illuminating everything I can. Then also using the hairdryer, that's going to give you the best effect. Now I'm going to put on a little bit of mascara quickly just to show you. I'm going to use my mirror again because I need it. I don't know if you can notice, I've got a curved brush. It's basically curved one side, and it's almost the opposite curve the other way. It's almost straight though. But what I do is I start off at the front part of the eyelashes. I use the curve upwards, but then at the end I'm actually using the opposite direction because I want to pull them up. So I don't know if that's another tip that can help you. I'm always trying to give you tips. I'm hoping I am, at least. And in my mascara lesson, I taught you about how to apply mascara, wiggling left and right, up it and moving it up. So that's essential. That way you're going to get really nice definition. You're going to get lift. You want to apply at least 2 coats. You don't want to go really like 3 or 4 coats. I do kind of 2.5. It's 2 coats then plus a touch-up. And I think that's sufficient. Now, because of the hairspray, I don't need so much because they've already got, you know, a little bit of substance to them. So I'm just going to give it the touch-up now. This eye needs a little bit more work than the other one. So I'm just using, see that now I'm using it upside down for the ends because I want them to curl upwards. I don't have fake eyelashes. I love the fake eyelash look, but I've tried it and it's just too much maintenance. It's really annoying and they fall out and it's just annoying, and I don't like things that are too high maintenance. I'm a very simple girl, so you won't find me doing any really crazy stuff on here. But that's basically the cat eye look, if you can see that. I mean, I know my camera's shocking. It's absolutely so terrible. And the lighting today, I have no light in my bedroom, so it's really hard to see. But if you can see that, that is the cat eye look. That's what I like to call the cat eye look. And it's just something really simple that, you know, you can wear to work. You can make it, you can dress it up, you can dress it down, you can dress it goth, you can dress it pretty, you can do whatever you want. It's one of those looks that kind of gets away with anything. It's very forgiving. My sister has tattoos everywhere and she does this look and she looks amazing. I have no tattoos. I'm very, not prissy, but I like looking a little bit different to her, and we both get away with this look, and she taught me how to do this. Now, she does it a little bit more full on than I do. I also love that look as well when I'm going out of an evening, but this would be just the low-key cat eye look. If you wanted to take it a step further, of course you could run it just underneath, just a slight bit. I just find personally that it looks better just the way that it is right now. So if you can see that, that's how I like it. So I don't know what you think. But anyway, that's my tutorial on how to create a cat eye, the simplistic and elegant cat eye look. I hope you enjoyed it. This is FYC, which is for your consideration, and this is the women's channel. Today it was all about beauty and gel eyeliners. So I've got lots more videos to come, but I'm going to be feeding them to you bit by bit. Yeah, hopefully I can get more of them out to you, but they do take a while to do, even though they're only short videos. So there's a bit of prep work involved, but I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you can create the same effect and have the same sort of enjoyment that I get out of, you know, looking pretty and doing my makeup in a certain way that makes me feel good. And that's what it's all about. Life's about feeling good. So if you can just do something different with your makeup that makes you feel prettier yourself, you know, why not? Why not do it? You know, give it a try. And I hope you like it. And hopefully I'll be seeing you again next time. Thank you and take care. Love life. Bye bye.